Hey there,
Hey there, you hey there.
people. As requested, I will finally make a skin tutorial, but this time a more efficient painting method that will save you a lot of time. So a prerequisite for this video is to watch my Asaro Head and Grayscale video, which will lay the foundations on how different parts of the skin will be rendered. So you can check out those videos right here. Before we start, let's find a reference for the skin color we want to emulate. I'll be using Vi from Arcane as reference, since my character has a similar facial structure. Similar to the Grayscale video, make sure the different shading layers are merged into one layer. In that layer, go to Filter, Map, then Gradient Map. Make sure to choose the color picker option and pick the darkest color on your reference's face. Do the same for the brightest parts, then you can add the midtones and other colors in between. Adjust their distances accordingly, making sure that it resembles close to the reference, or the colors you think fits. Though it may take a while to adjust the gradient maps, so be patient. You can also adjust the contrast with Ctrl M, like what I did here. Don't forget to add additional details like subsurface scattering using the overlay blending mode. Make sure to use it sparingly and adjust the opacity. I usually set it to around 30 to 40% in most cases. I've also added darker shadows on deeper parts of the skin, like the corners of the eyelid and underneath the chin. Don't forget the lips. I used an overlay blending mode for this, and used a sort of reddish color using the airbrush tool. Oh, and also the highlights. This time just using the basic brush. Once you're satisfied with the results, you basically rendered skin, saving a lot of time. Whereas if you guys want my previous method or approach, which is, more on a realistic portraits using soft rendering style, try this. Start off with a sketch, as I did both rough and refined sketches, with the rough sketch at being in a lower opacity. Next, I moved to the base color, first shading color, and a little bit of blush. I strictly used the airbrush and lasso tool, smoothing out harder edges when necessary, as seen in the eye sockets. Then I moved on to the second shading color, focusing on deeper parts of the skin, still using the same airbrush, and started working on the lips. I also added some hints of highlights using the charcoal brush to emulate skin texture. I added the highlights on the shoulder, nose, upper eyelid, cheeks, and above the eyebrows. Though, this may depend on the lighting direction. At this stage, I started refining the eyebrows as well. Once that's done, I moved on to the cast shadows. Same principle here. Third shading color, but this time using the multiply layer. I also started rendering the hair. The cast shadows are usually prominent underneath the chin, nostrils, eyelids, and beneath the hair. Moving on, I refined the details of the clothing and eyes using detailed brushes. I also added distinct indirect lighting for the clothing and sharp creases according to the reference. Then finally, I used the liquify tool for the eyes to adjust it to a more realistic proportion. I also added this gold chain here for further details, as well as the details for the hair strands. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end, and I hope to see you guys on the next upload.